I also, Albert, want to put that Bills team into a category now where it's like, okay, I'm going to hold on to them because I can't not hold on to them. But I mean, they're starting to freak me out a little bit. I mean, this
That
defense
was
is
a
just
weird, like, puke all over
throttled by
your.
injury.
That was a puke all over your shoes game. It was hard to explain that one
You
because
think
there
there
were
was a
like
boat
three or
sitch?
four different points. There were 3 or 4 different points in the second half where it was like, okay, like here they come, and then there'd be a turnover,
Yeah.
or there'd be a three. It'd be just there's inexplicable things happening there.
You think there was a hidden boat sitch going on? Like you think they might have been boat partying? You're
Oh,
in
you mean like
Buffalo.
like taking advantage of South Florida in November?
Yeah, just going out in a boat with Beebs and I don't know who's like a hot musician now. Chalamet. He's a New York guy though.
Yeah.
If you're the Dolphins, wouldn't you want that? Like you'd almost hire somebody in the boat world whose job would be to take these guys out on a boat and get them absolutely shit wrecked the day before a game. That would be like part of your plan. Because if you're in Buffalo, it's pretty dreary most of the time. Weather's pretty depressing. And you get down to Miami, you just want to hop on a boat, maybe catch some marlins. I don't know. But
So
I was, to your point, right? They looked gassed. It was hot. And then when they started coming back, there was the downpour, right? And so it made the whole thing complicated. You could excuse them, I guess, in that regard.
So this week's going to be interesting because they play Tampa, and Tampa's coming off of a loss.
Yep.
And like that to me is a fascinating game. And I think it's more of a have to have it situation for Buffalo than it is for Tampa, because I think Tampa's a little bit insulated by the division that they're in.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anyone's coming to get them. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think both teams have to come into that game playing with some level of desperation. And then the Bills play on Thursday night after that. So like this suddenly becomes like, I think, a pretty critical 5-day stretch for them coming up. If they can come out of it at 8-3, now all of a sudden, you're in position to run off a couple wins and take the division back from New England in the middle of December, which I cannot believe I'm saying that, but that's
Wild.
where we are.
Wild. Okay, so we feel pretty good about them. Now I'm going to go back on the flip side of this and start giving us some real, like, we have to really think about this. And here's a team that I'm going to throw at you, Albert, just because of yesterday, that I'm not possibly ready to get rid of. And I know this sounds insane because they literally have a 1% chance of making the playoffs. But the Dolphins yesterday looked, and if you went and you watch the clips of their post-game locker room where they're all like flying
Were they in
around
like
in
laundry bins
carts
or something?
Yeah, they're just like surfing in laundry bins. Everyone's breakdancing. Now, you could say that this is emblematic of this team's struggles because, they just don't really seem to care all that much. And it's not like it's certainly not an act like you've been there situation. But that is one weird team that has had some strangely good defensive performances this year and have Mike McDaniel on offense. And like, what if? I mean, I don't know. Am I crazy here? Should I just toss this team into
so they're coming out of this. So I would say, God, because they got a good shot to win on Sunday morning, right? And then they're going in their bye with good vibes at 4-7. And then they have the Saints and Jets coming out of their bye.
That's what I'm saying.
And now they're 6-7 going into Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh.
6-7.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
But look at this schedule. Look at this schedule. You're 6-7 at Pittsburgh, and by that point, I don't know what the Steelers' offense is going to look like. And then after that, you got Cincinnati. Okay, and then after that, you have Tampa, who may have already locked up the division.
I can't do it, Conor.
Patriots.
I can't do it.
No,
I can't.
You're throwing them away.
I can't do it.
I just talked myself into it.
I mean, how much of this is though? I mean, how much of this though is like the dead cat bounce? You know what I mean? Like they just got their general manager fired. I will say, like, they have not quit on Mike. You know what I mean? Like, for all of that talk of like, and I heard the same stuff everybody else did, and how like the team and there was a lot of, like, from what I was hearing, a lot of displeasure over the star treatment that certain players have gotten over the last few years, and the rank and file wasn't happy with it. But I mean, like, if you just look at the game since like that dark day in Cleveland for them, the Falcons, like, they blow the Falcons out. Then that Baltimore game was close through a half, right? And the Ravens kind of put their foot in the gas, and it's a Thursday night, and however those things go. And then you beat Buffalo. Like, they haven't quit, and there are still players in that team. They're still, I mean, it's not the worst roster in the league. So I see what you're saying.
Dude, I'm talking myself into it. By the way, I loved that you called it a dead cat bounce when a lot of this episode is centered around dead cats. So that was good.
That was
nice.
Actually accidental, but I'll pretend
Perfect.
It wasn't.
All right. So you're ready to throw away the Dolphins? I might keep them.
Keep them
one more week. I want to keep them one more week.
I'm gonna throw them away.
Just because, God, that schedule.
I mean, the schedule, though. The schedule, yeah. You think the Commanders beat them on Sunday? I kind of do. And now you're going into the bye with, I don't know.
Like, what if
this is a funky team, man? This is a funky team. Like, I mean, they go toe to toe with the Chargers and then get blown out by the Browns. They beat the Jets, then lose to the Panthers.
They blow, I mean,
you look at, I don't know.
They blow out the Falcons.
They probably should have beat the Patriots early in the year. They probably should have beat the Panthers. This could look a lot different. You're right about that.
Yeah, like, imagine if they beat the Panthers and just held on to be, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. All of a sudden I'm looking at this. I don't know. It's going to be a fun one. We'll see what happens there.